It's time for some FACEIT. We've got Telacy Mirage taking on Lucky Egg. We are at the top of the hour, so we're just going to jump right into some picks and bans here. Telacy Mirage were able to beat MC Aquila in their very first game of the season. Huge win, you know, still a top 10 team here in EMEA Expert. Have not been able to earn a win since. They did get a forfeit victory, granted, but otherwise have not put up a dub since that opening match at the very beginning of the season. So, you know, looking to try to bounce back from that. And I mean, we're about halfway through, but I think the goal for both of these teams is just to kind of stay above that 17th line. That's the relegation line. We are going to get Busan picked here from, it was Mirage who got first map pick, and Lucky Egg who got first ban. So Lucky Egg banning out that Lucio. We are going to get a side swap here, so I'll go ahead and fix that for you. Lucky Egg started off rough with an 0-4 start, but have since turned it around, putting up wins against Yokai Kitsune and Tree 9. As well as a win against Thunders. All three of those are big earned dubs on top of their forfeit win over Velto. So you do have a 4-3 Lucky Egg coming into this. So far, just hovering above that precious 17th slot. All right, let's go check out that other ban here before we get into this first map of Busan. It was a Sojourn ban in from Mirage. Of course, we did have a big patch come through on Tuesday, so we have had quite a bit of changes. We had that weird, like, load-in period where, like, it just kind of let everybody play for 10 seconds, so that's why you were hearing game audio, but there wasn't really anything happening yet. Now we're officially getting into some map 1. Yeah. Okay. Maga out of meta. Really interesting, and you know, most played hero is kind of all over the place as far as hero selection from it. I was kind of curious if this was a comfort pick or, you know, an idea coming here with this new patch, as things have definitely shifted. Matra, I mean, taking the big brunt of the nerf hammer, leaving Arisa in a fairly good spot, particularly a little bit of change. You know, we get here. I mean, perk's not unlocked yet, but we will get Fortify. You know, you don't have the movement penalty anymore with that perk. So it's kind of left the meta in an interesting spot. Venture also taking some slight nerfs. Key Dog just pops up and immediately assassinates Melody. What was that? Was that a Genji disguised as a Juno? What was that move there, Key Dog? Great play out of Lucky Egg. They get a Blitzkrieg retake on what could be a very difficult point. Yeah, bring it on, Nitrix. We should be tapping into this. I mean, there was, honestly, I mean, I know it's a little bit lower in match from our expert division, but hey, you know what? They were playing today. Give these two teams a shot on stream. You know, two teams that, you know, might not normally make it on stream. Great fight here for the second fight out of Lucky Egg. After a beautiful retake in that previous encounter. We're starting to come up on ultimates, though. Nobody really going into the ultimates yet. We have seen Godslayer swap off of the Orisa and try to match this Maga from Meta 1. I would expect a Photon Barrier, perhaps Kitsune Rush to light this one up. Yep, you bet. It's going to be the Rush here to start things off. But Darkness picks up Sly immediately. Spyro drops in the Tectonic. Not really. I mean, okay. I mean, you're assisted in some kills, we'll say. You know, a little zoning. We do a little zoning. Oh, the drill dash to keep Finfun out of the teleporter. That was a dastardly move there from you, Spyro. Unisco trying to regroup on the point, but gets popped. Darkness has still got a little high ground to work with, but with an orbital in play, this is going to be exceedingly difficult to hold on to. Mirage will get this flip. Most UK uni stacked lineup of FACEIT. Or was that Lucky Egg? Lucky Egg is kind of your UK uni line. Okay, right on, right on. It's a circuit I'm not as familiar with, must admit. We get the, well, there's a lot of laser lights going on here. Keep an eye on this orbital ray. You've got Meta really just kind of playing in that. Darkness. Oh, where was Darkness? I don't know. Spyro was able to find him. And able to find Key Dog as well. Dueling cage fights on the point. Concentric circles. Geometry lesson. Red beats blue, apparently, is the color lesson of the day. We're learning art. We're learning math. We're going to learn, well, let's see if we can count to 100. 90% on the board here for Telacy Mirage. Treasure swap from Unisco. Over to the Bean Shader. Darkness is going to drop the Deadeye. Woo! Finds Shrek and Melody off in the distance. Spyro is able to burrow and comes back with the Tectonic. Finds Finfunge with that. And this has gotten kind of messy here at the very end of this map. Kitsune rushed down, and what was that? 3v3 leveraged into a 3-0 victory and a closeout of round one here from Telacy Mirage. Dope.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 2. Capture the objective.
Scott Slayer trying their third tank as we head into downtown. Moving into the Diva meta, sticking with this Malga. We got Lucky and Tree 9 are the two UK squads, like UK uni squads. Gotcha. Heard power. Ooh, Meta going on an adventure, trying to hunt down these supports. Good heal from Godslayer. Shrek, I imagine, teleport everybody back. We're gonna go very quick regroup into that back line. A little bit of a feint of a teleporter up top. Darkness and company have to respect it here on this little catwalk. Buys a little bit of time for Spyro. See if he can find entrance. Some good disruption, but good moves out of Key Dog. They're able to get out, at least for now. Meta backs up to regroup with their Juno, get topped off, and Darkness is able to find a pick from that top catwalk. Still able to control this. Lucky X still have an advantage here, despite Unisco getting traded late in this fight. Melody threatening from the side is actually preventing the cap and kind of keeping Godslayer in the fight, or at least was, until Meta is able to lock them down. Still nobody in control of this objective. And what has been a very drawn-out opening fight. Deadeye even coming in from Darkness. Well, in and right back out. Then Unisco responds. I mean, just when Spyro, you think he's going to get the edge? And then Shrek responds. Melody and Sly actually putting the two final blows in that'll cap this point. What a back and forth here to start off. Vampirage says, thanks for covering our match yesterday. It was my pleasure. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I hope the dubs keep coming for you. Oh, Spyro teleported up to the top. Photon barrier in from Unisco. Shrek's still a little bit away. Med is able to play around it beautifully. Finds a kill on the Melody and gets the flip here in favor of Lucky Egg. Now we're going in for another Overwatch. Oh, and Darkness gets a headshot kill with the silver bullet. Oh, I mean, that just looks good in the kill feed. That's just satisfying, I will say. I mean, it's not like it really means, it's not like it's any different than a primary fire headshot. You know, it doesn't, it's not like it gets you more bonus points. It just is, you get more style points. I mean, that it does. If that's what I mean by bonus points, then you definitely get more style points. All right, quite a few ultimates available here, including bow support ults from both sides. T-Dog, actually a little bit behind, but not by much. It was a cage fight from Meta combined with his Kitsune Rush, and that's going to lead to a pair of openers here for Lucky Egg. One's a self-destruct toss onto this point. Godslayer does get back in the mech. Meta goes up chasing. Ooh, is there enough defense matrix to get Shrek out? There is, just barely. They're mainly mixes of current and ex-uni players from Warwick, Oxford, and Imperial College. That's rad. Thank you for that. Good info. Good info. Appreciate the insight, Power. Ooh, where did that teleporter go? Oh, on top of the theater here. Deadeye off of the high ground from Darkness. Almost caught that teleport. Orbital Ray does get invested here from Melody. Oh, T-Dog does get that Orbital Ray out. Sounded like it might have gotten canceled there for a moment. Tectonic Shock got canceled. Darkness getting a kill with the flashbang to interrupt that big ultimate. As Lucky Egg were, pushing up these stairs and might have been for a cleaner fight win. It looks like Mirage will actually still win this engagement. Kitsune Rush to the high ground. Ooh, Spyro making good use of it. Immediately picks up a kill. Actually, does not get the Kitsune Rush. I don't even know. Maybe. I don't know how much it helped. It was all in the head. So, I mean, Sly gets 2 headshots with it. Ooh, okay, Sly. I see you. I see you, Sly. Yeah, that actually, unfortunately, is accurate. As far as Wuyong will not be available until playoffs for FACEIT League. 2 of the 4 ultimates available from Lucky Egg already invested in. Trying to play around that Kitsune Rush. We're going to get the cage fight out of meta. Deadeye from the outside, and Shrek and Sly were just sitting ducks. Fish in a cage, if you would. 99 flip here from Lucky Egg. Try to send us on over to Sanctuary, and I don't see any red jerseys in sight. Yeah, no, obviously everybody wants it to be consistent. It's important that it's consistent across FACEIT and OWCS. This has been expressed to the FACEIT admins, and even all the way up into Blizzard, because a lot of it's an internal decision as well. But this came down to a technical thing. It came down to a technical aspect. No, it's way better. Particularly, it's not even as important for expert teams, but it should be equivalent all the way down the board. From Open to OWCS, it should be exactly the same. It gets really important when you're talking about master teams, because we're already hearing of master teams like losing scrim partners and stuff because they're not playing in the same meta anymore. So it's actually quite disastrous. Unfortunately, it can't be avoided. The upside is it won't last too long. We will get Wuyong in a month, but it's gonna suck for a month. There's just no way around it. It's just gonna suck for a month. Dude, Sly, those back-to-back headshot kills have now got me on notice. And then look at these X's popping up. We had a couple reds already. There's one in the darkness. That's the opener. Unisco's gonna teleport in directly on top of this Mirage squad, but Sly picks up a second one on the Key Dog. And that's another headshot. My goodness. Sly is absolutely on fire. Woo! Look at some stats. Sly, what do you had? 23 and 6 for the carry. Look at you go. 7,400 damage on the Kiriko. Almost as much damage as Unisco in the flex DPS role on the other side. Oh, and Sly does it again on K-Dog as well. The most important kill you could get. Lion's share of the sustain, taken out of the fight immediately by your carry, by your backline. It has nothing to do with scrim time or balance or anything like that. It has nothing to do with that. It's a technical issue. It is completely a technical issue. They risk... I'll talk about it between maps. It has nothing... It's not that planned. If it was anything other than a tech issue, they would be immediately available at the same time. It's kind of like when... Okay, I'll talk about it later. Unisco with a great opener here. The Kitsune Rush, though, starting to properly slingshot out of Mirage. They're still down one of the fight, and Sly's able to hang on and take down the raid boss that has been Sly on this map. We will get this flip. So I was with the same thing with perks. Like, I'm all for, like, ripping the Band-Aid off. Like, assuming that the whatever change it is, be it hero or perk change or whatever, is in competitive play, it should be in official competition as well. It should be in FACEIT League, it should be in OWC. So that's the way I feel about it. But this is completely a tech issue. Kitsune Rush kind of got blocked, or I'm not really sure what happened with the Kitsune Rush thing. Maybe did it just go the other direction? Was it aimed down at the other spawn? That was a very awkward looking volley of ultimates from both sides, not gonna lie. And they continue, as there's just like this lone orbital ray on the point. Cage fight all the way over here. All right, sure, let's get some concentric circles going. Meta's in trouble, Meta is toast. Mirage just sat back and watched Lucky Egg throw in everything they had in the kitchen sink. And it was like they were like 20 yards away. That was so weird. That was so unbelievably weird. Sorry, meters. Sorry, it's an EMEA cast. Meters. All right, we're going to see Spyro with the Tectonic Shock on point. Shrek's going to get to Spyro. I'd already gotten one with that. We'll finish off this last kill. And Telacy Mirage, your 2 and 5 squad, sitting at the very bottom of the standings. We'll grab map 1. Also, that is true and kind of wild. That's how competitive it's been. I mean, that's... It's crazy, right? Sly, you're playing the... You bet your ass Sly got playing the game. Yeah, I mean, the Flux support off Flux DPS. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, I will say, Unisco is actually a support player, right? I mean, a DPS player? Wait, other way around. Is a support player playing DPS? Lucky Egg going on the attack as they choose Suravasa and ban out Diva. So I got some stats there from map 1. How many kills did Sly end up with? Sly ended up at 30 and 7. Oh, just shy of 10k damage. Just shy. Lucky Egg having all 3 of the best UK Flex supports on the same roster? What? I mean, okay, they got that kind of greedy with it, huh, Power? Okay, I see. It was a Kiriko ban. And from Mirage. All right, let's get him after.
Ready for battle. 2, 1.
Are you going to focus on expert or master division matches? I do both, Johnwich. I've covered, I mean, geez. I mean, where we're at, we're getting like, I know we're over 350 matches that I've covered in the past year. Like, I do both as much as humanly possible, Johnwich. It's only, I mean, we have had some overlap here in Season 6, and I have expressed my disdain for the powers that be for that. Alright, we're sticking in this, the Mog of craziness. Spyro staying in with this Venture as well. But it's the Darkness Cassidy we should really be keeping an eye on in the DPS role. Buys the opener, ends up with 3, I believe, in that fight. Interesting look here from we swapped spots from Lucky Egg, excuse me, from Mirage, kind of showing us that like a double flex DPS look. You're going to venture with the Symmetric. I mean, we've seen both of them kind of rise into prominence. With them trying to work together, it feels a little. I mean, you know, you do get a lot of disruption, which can open up room for the Symmetra to work, but it is all close quarters. This time, that was just all Lucky Egg. That was the Lucky Egg blender. Making omelets or something like that. But it feels like such a disadvantage to not have the damage up into the Cassidy. Photon Barrier in early in this fight. We need a rotation to the high ground here from Lucky Egg. Ooh, Sly is able to catch Uniska. Uniska way out of position. God, Uniska's honestly a name I haven't heard in a minute. Like, am I crazy? Where am I remembering? Not sure. A lot of ultimates thrown in here on this fight. I mean, that was... Jeez. What was that? An 8-old fight? 9-old fight? Yeah, I started on console back in the day. It feels like there's definitely, I mean, there's so much more opportunities for PC play. Sticking with the double flex DPS look, we've had Shrek moving in this far. I mean, I kind of like at the start of this point here on Palace. It's been a minute. Back up to the corner. Oh, had the skulls. Shrek was able to kind of duck out of the way of it. Kind of just juked out the skull, tricked the skull. Not working. Oh, moving in for the barrage. Looking for darkness. Oh, most of the barrage catches the edge of the wall. And Darkness has just enough of a sight line to find the red X. Oh, puts another one down on the Spyro. It's 99% here for Lucky Egg on Palace. They're looking to move up to a 2-0 lead. Suravasa. Oh, the return fires. Sly. The extra bullet. That extra bullet in the chamber from the silver was the difference maker. The rollout jukes the cage fight. The Key Dog is stuck in it. Darkness is just going to try to break it with this Deadeye. Sound barrier in response to the cage fight from Meta. And what looks like an easy cleanup here from Lucky Egg has drawn out. The cage fight is able to get a couple in it. Darkness finishes off two. Both Meta and Darkness low on health. But Finfunch has returned to the fight. That's the support they needed. Key Dog there to boot people back, and that should just be Palace going the way of Lucky Egg. Now, we have Spyro returning with this Tectonic Shock if they can... Oh, Key Dog, that was... Wow, that was risky, buddy. It works out. The sound barrier's enough. Uniska was Lucky Cat last season. Oh, okay, okay. Uniska was support sub for Lucky Egg. Back when they were Lucky Cat. Gotcha. Yeah, it was Lucky Cat until this season. Yes. You know, put the kitties back in the egg. That opening pick from Darkness is just going to pump a reset. Oh, Sly got themselves in a bit of trouble. And that's a nasty Tectonic to confirm the exit pick. Absolutely worthy. Okay, so Shrek goes to a Soj. At least pulling a little bit of hit scan in here. Love this positioning. You got a low meta down, right on the point. Darkness has got a window to work with, and is clicking heads through it. At least one or two. Darkness will drop. Darkness gets three. Excuse me, Melody will drop while Darkness gets three. Can't get a Bullskunk stream if I can't play FACEIT leagues. I mean, kind of true. Hey, I started casting in CGL, so. I'll also go back and do a little bit for him, time and again. Oh, double. There's double trouble there in the meta face. All the combos. And an important flip here from Mirage. Much needed here is I mean, 2 points on the board. 99% for Lucky Egg. Telacy Mirage dig deep and extend their chances here on Suravasa. Oh, what are we looking at? Godslayer's gone over to an Orisa. Oh, it was an interesting terror surge, kind of yanking people out of the cage fight, trying to devalue the cage in there from meta, and it works. I don't think anybody actually got caught in the cage fight, and that attack falls flat. Well played there from Godslayer and Telacy Mirage. And you get a very important ult out of it with that cage fight. It's such a huge setup ult. You can kind of combo with anything. Deadeye, Window, Tectonic Shock, right? All of these pair well with the cage. Now you don't have that huge setup ult. Spyro's just going to destroy Anisco right out of the Emerge. And that is point on the board here for Mirage. They get a good spawn as they're going to go right next door to Temple. You can see, I mean, Lucky Egg get here first, but they don't have the reinforcements to hold on to it. So Mirage are able to get two powerful positions, the objective itself, and then Spyro here with this rooftop. Or whatever you call this. That's an Ant Matrix. In needs to respond. Get Sly with that Tectonic Shock. I mean, Melody threw somebody into that as well. I mean, that's 2 support ults throw into this from Lucky Egg. Excuse me, from Mirage. Now they're starting to get the kills on the very back of it. A conservative approach, I would say. I mean, Key Dog did ult in that. I don't know if I even saw Key Dog's sound barrier enter that fight, to be perfectly honest, but they hold on to Finfunge's Ant Matrix, which I expected to come in. There we go. Darkness connects on a Melody immediately, but we do have an OC in play from Shrek. Finds the Thanos. Going a little RDJ there to the Thanos snap. I am Shrek. I feel like there's a meme in there somewhere. All right, we're headed to Gardens. One last round. Oh God, let me shove the camera into the ceiling, please. Can I do that some more? That was great. Control key, control, work, control, work, control. Thank you, thank you. Not using the air fryer today, so we'll be on time to scrim. You need to go run it. Do you even own an air fryer? Spyro trying to combo with his Tectonic, and it's gorgeous. Spyro fights Key Dog early in the fight. Darkness actually wins that out, like staring down those Tectonic blasts. That was wild. Yeah, control. Okay, my control key not working is about this. I'm about to smash shit. That is like the absolute worst key possible to be just like working half the time. I mean, that could not be a worse key on the keyboard to kind of intermittently work in and out. Like, if you're just gonna not work, then just don't work. God, I swear, everything I touch this week, man. Everything I touch this week. Fucking Christ. And Matrix in play. We're gonna Deadeye cage fight combo. Melody's gonna get popped, and that Sly falls as well. No supports left here. And Mirage lose control in a scrappy fight. Huge cage fight there from Meta.
Sojourn en route.
Even after my convincing argument, including diagrams, Yunisku will not take the range extender perk. Wait, why wouldn't you take the range extender perk? I mean, I know it's more clunky now. Because you have to like activate it instead of it just being on, you know, an increased range. But Ant Matrix in play, keeping Key Dog alive long enough, but it may not matter. 58, 58, 2, 2. Wait, is Melody streaming? No? Okay. I was gonna say, I mean, if we give, like, team comps and stuff we can get, I'm all about it. I have to have some Melody streams. Darkness with a great shot. Well-timed Ant Matrix, well-placed shot there, and Darkness really has been kind of the one to kill here on the map. Terra Surgeon's play there from Godslayer. But it's not going to be enough. This is Lucky Egg holding on. And what could potentially be the final fight of that 68%. Oh, I think we will get one last engagement. Control key? Melody gets the touch, getting chased. Darkness picks that one up. Spyro, Sly both have ultimates. Ant Matrix in play, but it's in an awkward spot. Meanwhile, Spyro's made it all the way in. Tectonic Shock finds a kill on to one, but Darkness answers back and gets two. Doubles down with the OC. No tank left on the board for Lucky Egg. One Godslayer gets popped, but Melody shows up for the kill. It's a 2v1 left on the point. It's Fin Fuji versus two supports on the other side. No, I'm sorry. It's Spyro and Melody. The immortality field is down. Spyro low. Unisco shows back up on the tracer and helps finish off Spyro, but the point trickles away. Telacy Mirage grabs map 2. It's 100% for 4 seconds now, and it triggers shield. Yeah, see, I think you'd get more, I think you got more value just out of it being 25% all the time. Circuit Royale pick, Venture ban here from Lucky Egg. Lunasapi ban from Mirage. All right. Telacy Mirage looking to close out their first series since the opening match. Since the opening game of Season 6 for them. Very quick look at stats, map 2, before we get into this third map. Ooh, the 40 bomb. Oh my goodness. Who is that? That was Darkness. Of course that was Darkness. But, I mean, you know, gamers have one name challenge. Yeah, Darkness 43 and 9. Wow. Xeno, who's Xeno again? Xeno is Godslayer. Godslayer there with the 40 bomb as well. Spyro has 40 in that match. They're at map 1. But Xeno has most damage there at map 2. That's what I was wanting to highlight. All right, let's get in the circuit. All right, so back to Juno to kind of back up this Reinhardt. I mean, it's just a lot of sustain between all of the healing of Juno and Baptiste, immortality, and then just, you know, cycle that with Orion Shield and a lot of sustain that Orion Shield can just bring to the table. This could just create a lot of room for Darkness to work, a lot of time for Darkness to get set up and do things like that. You know, pop Spyro out of the sky, dropped a 40 bomb there in that previous map. It's going to be a one and done on point A here for Circuit. That's going to be a wicked fast time. Did we get everything updated, looking good? Wait a minute, I owe you a ban or anything? Let's see, Venture, Lucio. No, everything's right. Dog was super low, but is able to duck in and high. Great Ant Matrix, and Darkness immediately finds Melody with that. The low Zenyatta does not escape the well-timed window from Finfunge. Is that Finfun J, or is like the J part of the name? Is that 3 syllables or 2 syllables? Like Finfun J or Finfunge? I don't know. Y'all let me know. Y'all let me know. Aww. The Kira emotes. More pets. More fluffies. More fluffies. 3 meters when the contest comes through there. Godslayer. Strength is playing out of his corner, kind of hoping to build up the rest of this overclock. Orbital Ray in play. Okay, interesting pin there from Meta. Kind of knocks the Zenyatta out of the way. Darkness is going to find a good kill, and the hammer swings to victory here for Lucky Egg, and they are just marching through Circuit Royale. 1 death so far, and that is Darkness here on this attack. I'll be happy to do some photo editing as well, Power. If I need to do any kind of adjustments, let me know. Hell, you should have seen what the Nevs emote looked like when I got it. My goodness, it was like a black square. Alright, both the May and the Rhine are just hanging out on cart. A little bit of a battle up towards the poolside entrance. The Orisa has come through, dropped down to challenge the cart. Ryan goes in swinging, but Spyro tossed in a bolo shot from, I guess that was on poolside. Found Darkness to control that poolside flank. Almost caught a low Fin Fun with that, with those primary fires. You still have some important ultimates in the Shatter, and more importantly, the Blizzard. Was that a Colat from Darkness? That was nasty! Woo, Darkness just chopped through both of them with 1 trigger pull. Oh, beautiful follow-up on the Melody as well. The split-second rail shots kind of layered and beautifully done. Darkness with 4. And this is going to be a 3-minute time bank. Funge, like fungible? Is fungible a word?
Initiating match.
See, I read that like fungibble. I read that like fun guy. No, funge. Gotcha. Fin funge. My view on the word fungible has been irreversibly damaged. Oh, yeah. Makes sense. I didn't even think about that. So, no, fungible is not a word. That's what you're telling me. That's not real. That's not real. Now, with everybody from Lucky Egg kind of dying very fast on Bad Corner, they are going to have plenty of time for a retake here. So there will be two fights for this defense versus the 1 fight we saw Telacy Mirage get. Now, you are still running into the Spyro Bastion, which heavily eliminates one of those big sources of sustain we were talking about at the top of the map, being that Reinhardt shield. Now we're going to get a teleport back behind the Reinhardt. Maywall up is... Meta's going to try to surge forward and see if you can find your Orisa through all this, but... Godslayer hit the Fortify. And it's just kind of walking this cart in. This is a bit of a back cap going on. Are we going to get a touch? No touch. That is a bona fide Charlie Niner. Point on the board. No, not a real word, Maddie. Not a real word. Not a real word. Oh, Meta said they were tired of having fun. All right, no more fun for Meta. Sorry, Meta. I enjoyed watching the Reinhardt, you know, with any consolations. I don't know that we got any big slams, but you know what? It was good while it lasted. I'm not quite sure. Okay. Okay, it was. You know, usually you see a Baptiste and an Orisa that close to each other. At least with the Baptiste being the one, you know, pushing forward. But you know, it's a good defensive hold. Kavot, thank you so much for the cheer. I appreciate the biddy. It's a. Is that a fox? Little fox and a biddy. Blizzard throwing in right on top of this teleporter. Wait, where did the Blizzard go? Oh, Godslayer ate it. Hello. Ooh, the wall blocked the Terror Surge. Orbital Ray Slingshot. What a counterpunch. And this one's gotten kind of messy. Sly is able to trade out an important kill on the Finfunge through all of that. But that won't be enough to keep the cart moving. Darkness with an OC here at the top of the street. Oop. Yep. We're sitting in the middle of Kitsune Rush. Teleported back up to that high ground. And you just go find Shrek somewhere through that exchange. And I love that defensive teleport to get behind the attackers. What an awkward ant matrix. I don't think that's in at all where anybody wanted it, where Melody wanted it. So that ends up being a little bit of a waste here. Running out of steam. Mirage have... It's been a couple of ultimates here. I mean, really have not gotten any progress over the past couple minutes. Pori, thank you so much for the tier 1. Thank you so much. When have you seen Reinmir in the last 2 years other than Dildux? Oh, I can name a few. We've had Alt Pytel versus SRP check. That was a fantastic Reinmir. We've had Crimson's versus Cross Soul, where we got Glacier. What was that? Glacier versus Bowie Reinhardt battle in season 5. Oh, wow, immaculate, immaculate. We've had a few epic Rhine duels here on this channel, just in the past. Like, those are all in the past, just recent memory. They are, I mean, you know, they're not super common, but they do happen. And we cherish them when they do. Big Blizzard, I mean, well, Blizzard. There was a Blizzard on the point. That was a Blizzard of all time, as a matter of fact. And unfortunately, since swapping off of the Reinhardt, I don't think Lucky Egg have dropped a fight. Godslayer is going to finally swap to match. Ooh, Yuniska with the little bit of a quick teleport in. Got that pick. Hold on. Oh, hold the phone here. Yeah, those were all just in the last 2 months. There's another one I can't quite remember. There was another big Reinmir that we've had in the last couple months as well. Okay, teleport across. Down into the stairwell. Kitsune Rush to get out of that stairwell. Meta is able to escape and get back up to the high ground, where there's going to be a lot of ultimates for this Lucky Egg defense. It's going to be the Overray tossed in, but that was flying right into the Ant Matrix. Melody shut T-Dog down. Still, the ultimate makes it into the battle. Meta is going to try to fly in, see if they can cut off your sustain. Oh, but bit off more than they can chew. Self-destruct out. Is Meta going to be able to get back in back? Tries to get the reback onto Sly. Sly looked like absorbed some of the damage. And he's able to teleport out of there. An OC invested from Darkness. Not quite locking anything in, but does enough damage, and the defense will hold with 10 seconds to go. Lucky Egg make a big stand here on circuit to get rid of the Goose Egg. And now their score does not look the same as their logo. At least it's not the same shape.
Play of the game.
I think it's important to remember just how big an underdog Telacy Mirage are in this fight as well. As we're waiting for that pick to come through from that squad. I mean, if we're looking here, Telacy Mirage are 2-5. They are amongst they are tied with Gallica for worst and Invaders Blues for worst record in the league. I mean, this is a massive underdog here, trying to fight to see if they can get up above this 17th slot. 17 is relegation. 17 and below will get knocked down into expert. Advanced. So, hey, Telacy we're close, but Lucky Egg definitely edged him out there in their map pick of circuit. You can see Lucky Egg holding here with this 4-3 record, is sitting just above that cutoff of 17. Runasapi picked out a Mirage. I can see this try to go back into more, probably just more Orisa, more of what worked for him on Suravasa and on Busan. Symmetra banned out. Okay. So attacking, actually, when we're attacking Unisco, than Darkness here. Let's look at some stats there from map 3. Oh wait, who's the attackers? Mirage going on? Yes, Mirage will go into the red outlines with that Symmetra ban. Wow. Meta 32-2 with that impressive hero pull, and then we've got Darkness with another 40 bomb. This one's good enough for most damage in the lobby. As you will often see with your hit scans will often take over on long range maps like Circuit Royale. But look at the difference here. I mean, just look at Darkness above everybody else in the lobby. Meta's the only one even remotely close at 32, but Darkness has almost more elims than Mirage's entire team. Like, this is flooded deadlift looking right here, y'all. This is flooded deadlift looking right here. That's nutty stats. That is nutty stats. That's another thing we're still fighting for is final blows in this list. Please give me final blows in this list. That looks like a flooded deadlift. Like, that's those kind of stats. You're looking at 33, 49 elims total. 49 total elims for Telacy Mirage. It was an Orisa ban here from Lucky Egg. Let's get into map 4.
Ready for battle.
Melody says, no matter if you're a king or a street sweeper, everybody dances with the Grim Reaper. So true. Great equalizer. Yeah, without death, life wouldn't matter. All right, anyway, that's enough existential crisis. How about some Runasapi? Sly. Oh, it's been, was just lights out good on that Kiriko. Is going into a Moira here, this Maga mirror that we returned to in the Runasapi. Oh yeah, and I was talking about, God Slayer go back into the Orisa. Yeah, the Maga. This is really where they want to be. That's more what I was intending. Even when I said it a second ago, it didn't feel right. It's this Mog. Look at that handsome bastard. Godslayer making great work with the well-armed tank. Huh? All right. LeBron, watch. Thank you for the follow. Push right through the middle of the street, trying to intercept. We're gonna get Lucky Egg. Ooh, kind of catching this cart. God, I mean, just in the nick of time. Had to get there before the bot got around the corner. They do, and Darkness gets that big opening pick, make it worthwhile. Now they've kind of been able to steal the bot away. They're running away with the spoon. Mirage has to use their overrun to catch up, but Godslayer gets cut down and try to make that happen. Darkness and the rest of Lucky Egg will win out this fight. Unisco on the Reaper.
Let's go.
This skin is wild. I don't know. There's something just about the mythic skin that's just wild. It's no Cobra Commander, but I dig it. Cobra. Significant sound barrier advantage here for Melody. Shrek has got an OC into this fight. Try to see if they can shut down Darkness, but ooh, they find Unisco. You know what? Close enough. Shrek is going to locate, eventually find their hitscan counterpart on the other side. Telacy Mirage winning an important fight to protect their lead. Well, excuse me, to protect the chuck point. We'll see if it actually gets them the lead. You can see Spyro kind of working at the left-hand side of your screen. Does have that ultimate. Oh, there is not quite the lead. Wow, that is unbelievably close. What a contest there from Meta. Keep an eye on Spyro. Is playing behind the team right now. Yeah, drops in, but the tectonic shock of this cage fight is gorgeous. What a combo. Now, it's going to be Key Dogs. Sound barrier fading out. Meta throws in their own cage fight. And Unisco Death Blossoms into the pack of them. Finding 3. The later combo, the better combo, the Wombo combo out of Lucky Egg. He stole my 5K. So Lucky Egg protect their lead. Come on, Control Key. That is a opening overclock from Darkness. Rounding the corner, Spyro gets the nice submerge and drill dash combo. Still +1 to Lucky Egg. You have this Reaper to worry about. But you don't have a carry to worry about. Spyro's been able to take care of them and Key Dog, fighting both supports through that fight before Meta finally brings them down. So, this looks like it will be the checkpoint. Oh no, Shrek contests just in time. And will run Unisco off. Okay, the call has been made. They're going to give up on that to not stack her out. It's a smart call and a really smart play from Shrek to deny that checkpoint. Very, very big brain play. I believe that was, like a quarter of a meter from getting the checkpoint. I believe it's like 5.44, something like that. Tectonic Shock in from Spyro. Shrek has an OC in play as well. Both DPS ults being invested here from Mirage. Sly will have a coalescence. They can try to layer in on top. Meta's already down. Big pick from Godslayer to find that Maga. 2-tap on to Shrek. Sly has been able to answer with a kill on a Key Dog and Darkness and Finfudge. Sly gets 3 in this fight. Eats 2 chunky shots out of Unisco, but is able to top off the rest of the team. And they will finish off the Reaper. Sly with a huge 3-piece in the Moira.
Viable progress.
Godslayer will catch Meta with the cage fight, but Spyro dies before that happens. Oh, the cancel out of the Death Blossom from the overrun was pretty nasty. UNESCO having to just flip the mouse, try to get that swift step, shadow step out of there. But you know what? You got a kill on the Melody. Did you even cancel sound barrier on that? I did not see a sound barrier hit the battlefield there. I'm inclined to think Melody did get AJ'd. Darkness picks up Shrek. Trying to push around this corner, or trying to protect this corner. You know, and Spyro's looking for disrupt, but I mean, Darkness just opens up, finds the shots. Doesn't matter, they're getting booped around. And the Venture and the Lucio and anybody else, Darkness is still able to dial in. There's checkpoint and more here from Lucky Egg. Now it's Unisco's turn. Looking to perhaps ambush. Nope, just going to come back and play front line. Continuing rush tossed in. We're going to focus down the Venture. Well played. No reason to overcomplicate that. You throw down the continuing rush right on top of Godslayer, stick some shotguns and some, you know, Gunner and Cha-Cha right in the face of the manga. Boom. Easy pickings. Easy pickings. That Spyro with a tectonic shock. Melody falls. Trying to chase down Slide. Gets 2 shots in. Unisco gets a little help from Key Dog. And Lucky Egg are going to keep this bot a-marching. Now with 110 meters on the board with just over 2 minutes remaining in the time. That's a Shrek overclock here to start. Unisco, sound barrier in. Death Blossom inside the cage. Should does not break the cage. The shot from Shrek comes in just in time. But enough damage had been done to Godslayer that Finfunge as well as Meta are able to find the kill onto the tank. And despite losing Unisco early, Darkness picks up 2 kills late. That might just be a map 5 in the cards. Oh, we're going to get the bot left. Yeah, they're going to, okay. Lucky Egg disengage from the spawn advantage to try to get Unisco back into this fight. Darkness responds, hits the OC to try to push back forward. See if they can yin and yang their way to victory here on the back of this point. Finfunge is going to investigate Continue Russia as well. Finfunge does get taken down, but that is a lot of shotgun damage can be poured into Slayer. Does not find home, does not find pay dirt. Mirage hold here with 63 seconds to go. Godslayer with what ended up being a great cage fight. I was kind of questioning, you know, how well that cage fight was going to work out. But it ended up being an important one and a good, good fight win there from Mirage. But they still have a checkpoint left to get, still a lot of room to make up. They want to try to close up this series here on Runasapi. So they'll get stalled for a few seconds here through the butt scratch. Spyro set up for an ambush here, has ultimate ready to go. Trying to dive into the backline, but took way too much damage. That extra shielding might have just saved their life on that one. Tectonic shock in play. Sound barrier in from Key Dog. Unisco's not having any of your sass. Spyro's ult will just fall flat, as does the rest of Telacy Mirage. Lucky Egg will force a map 5. So we're headed to map 5. Anything's available. They can play any map that has yet to be picked. It's going to be Oasis here out of Mirage. With the Maga banned out. Okay. See, this was something I was theorizing that they were kind of wanting to opt into. They, tried to go back into that Maga mirror. It worked out pretty well for them on Suravasa. It does not work out nearly as well on Runasapi. So we're going to ban out the Maga as we head into Oasis. Everything is Oasis. Learning is kind of become the most fundamental map in Overwatch. What stands out in map 4? Darkness does not drop the 40 bomb on this one. It's exact with meta though, 28 and 7 apiece. Whoa, weird. Look at that, 28, 7, 28, 7, and then 23 and 9 from Spyro and 23 and 9 from Xeno. With the Maga banned out, Lucky Egg will ban a Tracer. Let's get into map 5.
Ready for battle. Five, four, three, two, one. Round 1. Capture the objective.
Okay. We get something a little different. Meta's going to show us to go back into the Diva, which we saw a bit of earlier in the series. But Godslayer pulls out this hazard. So I kind of theorized, what does Godslayer want to do? After, going back into the Malga, which they wanted, and it not working out. Okay, we go something completely different. I love this look. Especially when combined with Spyro, who's looked outstanding here on the Venture. Really been the one kind of forcing this Venture matchup. You can see the aggression works out. It's going to be opening a couple of picks going in Telacy Mirage's favor. You have Shrek here to kind of back up this all full, heavily aggressive, heavy mobility based composition. Dare I call it dive? Hey, but as happens, the rubber band gets extended a little too far. And a couple of picks come in Lucky Egg's favor. Meta has to slow their roll and get topped up, but the rest of the team has managed to push forward. And are going to force Godslayer and the rest of Mirage off this point. This will be a flip here for the Egg. Spyro, the one for some point presence, immediately attacks Nisco in the Symmetra. This teleporter is such a huge part of this composition. Woo! That was down to nothing! It ends up being a perfect trade with Key Dog coming in for that final blow. 16 health was maintained on Spyro after the duel. Godslayer pushing in towards stair side. Did not find what they were looking for. Pursuit in from Meta, but they get caught by a jagged wall. Godslayer wanted to lock down the Lucio, but some good defense matrix action weaved in, and that Meta is able to protect their supports. Now there's a consuming much available to go here from Lucky Egg to try to hold on to this point. Sly still a little bit behind theirs as they've moved back over to the Kiriko. Sly had an outstanding opening couple of maps and was lethal, particularly back on Busan. But hadn't gotten to play as much Kiri since. Let's get Kitsune Rush now into the mix. Emerge from Spyro. Goes back in. The call's made to try to attack Meta. Godslayer drops in the downpour. Sound barrier in from both of our supports. Photon barrier here to try to help isolate this Mirage squad, but they're so fast. So furious? Not really. Tectonic Shock to try to swing a losing fight here. Spyro's able to get Key Dog, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Ooh, Shrek is going to go and invest Blade. Think they might be able to tilt the balance here. After one pick from Spyro, the Blade gets Darkness. Still, Mirage, have not completely convincingly taken control of this objective. So now OT. Darkness is back on this point. has the OC. Ooh, one shot onto Melody. They're able to drop in behind cover. Catches Spyro off of the emerge. Another good shot finishes off Sly, and this will be Lucky at closing this out. Assuming they can, find these last couple of cleanup kills. There they are. That's map 1 going to the egg. Round 1. Alizo, thank you for the follow.
Score 1-0. Ready for battle. Five, four, three, two, one. Round 2. Capture the objective.
All right.
Let's keep it up.
Lucky egg. Looking to complete the reverse sweep.
Initiate the FACEIT.
Oh, is Sly's the DPS player on support? I thought we were talking about. We've had so we got offroad on both sides. Is that accurate? I'm confused now. That's not the first time. Won't be the last. Spyro already down in this fight. Med is able to back up, find safety. It's an Orisa versus Diva matchup. Oh, Godslayer had to get topped up. Is not able to contest in time. He's trying to interrupt this rotation, though. Unisco almost bit off more than they could shoot. Got the teleporter down. Was able to retreat. Now going to try to protect the exit. Godslayer low. Keydog comes in over the top for that kill. Looking to find Shrek. Does. Nice two-piece from Keydog. Still, we're going to get Melody able to strike back. You know what? Keydog, you're not the only Lucio here who's got some hands. Mirage will flip this point at 23%. Godslayer goes back into the hazard. Sly and Finfunge both with consistent rushes coming online now. Meta's going to find opening pick. Oh, on to Godslayer. Yeah, this is just going to prompt a disengage. Godslayer, and I think, wanted to invest more at the beginning of that fight. Looked like a little bit of a disconnect, but still we're going to get support ults invested. All 4, as a matter of fact, into this fight. Melody's able to escape there on that outside, and despite not having a tank in this fight, Mirage have fought back beautifully. Godslayer shows up like, I'm here, y'all. What did I miss? I mean, no DPS ults invested in that mismatch either. Really good play out of Shrek. It looked like Shrek was just able to get that beam built up amidst that and just melt anybody in the middle of that crisscross of Kitsune Rush. Spyro now with a Tectonic Shock up, but it does get blocked by that Photon Barrier. At least a lot of it does. Shrek will have their own barrier, and immediately going to throw that in right over the front door. Self-destruct in the air. Meta finds Melody with that. Oh, no. Things are going to get interesting here. Lucky Egg have a huge advantage in the back of that opening self-destruct pick. Yeah, that's not something you say very often. Yeah, and Unisco is support on DPS. And Sly is a DPS on support. Is that, I mean, so that is accurate. Both teams do have off rollers? Question mark? Again, I'm not as familiar with I'm not as familiar with these players, I'm sorry to say. Hey, you know what's what we're doing here? We learn, we see. Suzu, perfect from Finfunge. But Spyro is still able to get an opening pick here. Meanwhile, back up top, Kitsune Rush fading. Sly was a little bit behind in that. So this helps Lucky Egg with that advantage from Finfunge. Does help them to hold on here, but now they have to fend off the counterpunch. Ooh, Sly lands one good headshot there in the back line, but FinFunge doesn't want any of that smoke. Backs away. Sly against Unisko. The pretty little flick. Is that enough to force this round 3? 92%. You can see Key Dog taking to the skies. We're going to the outside. The boost has been hit. There's the boop in. Oh, the kill comes through, but the OT is initiated. If only they could trade and solve both teams' problems. Wall there to block the contest at the very end. We're headed to round 3.
Ready for battle.
So we move from the university, which is inside that tower, by the way.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 3.
It's like on the backside of that tower
Objective.
is the university point. Sly with high ground. Godslayer back into a hazard. Meadow with the Diva. Both have the ability to kind of bounce back and forth. So this kind of changes the way this high ground works a little bit. Since both tanks can have direct access. I mean, you also have no hit scans here from Mirage. So, like, their need for this high ground is minimal. They're going to look to play out front, I think, more than anything. I mean, scrap it on the point works out well for them, too, as you can see here in this opening fight, which will give Mirage first cap. The Poke Bomb! I don't know. I can't believe Meta got one with it. Meta, by the way, onto the Junker Queen. All right. No more Diva. No more messing about. Jakey with a little bit of perk changes, but that's about it. Shout. Carnage. Everything pointed at Godslayer. I mean, that's what you can do. Just as much poke damage as possible. Oh, that Swift Step actually put Sly in trouble. As the Gracie knife hits Sly as they Swift Step in to try to help Godslayer. Nice little shout knife combo. Spyro is going to finish that up. Cleans up the hallway. God, 3 for Spyro in that fight. Despite all that hard work from Meta. What was that kill? What was that in the kill feed? Wait, what was that? Oh, that was the explosion. Oh, rad. Okay, I haven't seen anybody actually use this yet. So Godslayer actually got Meta with that extra little bit of the explosion damage, like where you build up. I don't even know what to call it. I don't even know what the name of it is. But they killed Meta with it. First time I've seen that. With the Kitsune rush in, Mirage are going to hold on to this. 70% and counting on the board. Did Meta cook too hard? Did we just absolutely burn the biscuits here with the Junker Queen pick? Kitsune Rush does make it through the jagged wall. Downpour will find Meta. No shot to work with. They're in trouble. Sound barrier thrown in. Key Dog gets theirs late into this fight. Lucky to get it down at all. 99%. We do get a touch here out of Lucky Egg. Mirage come back to see if they can take care of Unisko. The big anchor left on this cart, on this objective. They will find a kill on the Sly, but trade themselves to do so. Wall in play here from Godslayer. Rotation from Darkness, who's moved back over to a Cassidy. Goes down. No! They get the kill! The Suzu was good! But okay, Darkness is eventually picked off by Spyro. Meta has made it back onto this point. Rampage thrown in. Oh, immediately they get all that health, and they needed it desperately. They're trying to take down a purple Godslayer, but they make it back into the safety of Sly and that Suzu. Both teams fall back into their respective corners to regroup. Darkness making their way back onto this point. Player advantage temporarily here for Telacy Mirage. Unisko is able to build up towards the rest of this ultimate. Big slash in from Meta. Darkness with a dead eye will find Godslayer. A worthy sacrifice and a flip here from Lucky Egg. Unisko is going to go ahead and invest in this tectonic shock to make sure they can hold on to this point. Does not secure any kills with it. Spyro does eventually go down though. Key Dog and Darkness are both just now respawning. Only 3 players available here for Lucky Egg. I think we're going to get a quick recontest here from Mirage. One more Melody will have Sound Barrier. Godslayer with a downpour. You got a couple other ults available. Immediately, the Violent Slash picks up the Darkness with that explosion damage. The downpour catches Meta for the second time here in this map, and it will be enough to finish him off. The Sound Barrier, just the icing on the cake here. And Telacy Mirage have all the tools, have it all lined up. There's the flip. We're already getting the GGs in chat. Key Dog coming in to try to get the touch. Darkness with the self-sacrifice, and that's going to do it. Telacy Mirage finned off the reverse sweep and win their first match since their opening game here in Season 6. Their first dub since August 6th. A little over 3 weeks. Important win here from Mirage. Puts them at 3 and 5. Remember, I mean, you got to stay above that precious 17th slot. 17 to 24th will get demoted, and so that third win will push them up a few notches here. I think we'll actually get Telacy Mirage out of the 20s. That may push them up into the teens here a little bit. At least get a little closer. Lucky Egg fall to 4 and 4. Won't go too far. Yeah, I mean, you know, you're still at a 500 record right here at the halfway point in the season. We're 16 games here in Season 6, so you know, this is teams exactly with 8 games played are exactly at the halfway mark. Let's go look at some stats there from that 5th and final map. Figure out an MVP here for the series. Guys, they're 21 and 6 compared to the 21 and 8 from Meta in that map. Very, very close. About 2K lead for Xeno in that map 5. Spyro and what was Cristiano's in-game name again? Y'all stick to one name. Shrek. Spyro and Shrek. I mean, you got Spyro, Shrek, and Sly, right? I should remember all the S names here from Mirage. Spyro and Shrek. Had an outstanding series. Really did. 28 and 25 there in that final map. That opening 40 bomb there from Xeno / Godslayer ends up 40 and 6 in that opener. I would be best support in the game, says Sly. And then melee or slash to explode. Yes. Yeah, it's like 1.5 full shotgun shots to trigger the mark, and then melee or slash to explode for 40 damage. Correct. Yes. Yeah, you know, just a new mechanic there for hazards. It's the first time we've seen it in action. So, yeah, we'll figure it all out. I think player of the match has got to go to Godslayer. Speaking of, for making that adjustment. You know, where the plan to go back into the Malga, which had worked for you early in the series, you know, it didn't work for you when you tried to go to Runasapi and to close this thing out on map 4. You take us to Oasis here for map number 5, and we get Xeno coming in with this hazard. And I think what a choice. What a bold choice. That almost didn't work, right? Like they dropped the opening round, like the hazard was looking kind of and they pull the hazard back out in University. They're like, screw it, we're sticking with this game plan. They pull the hazard. Xeno, with that adaptation, I think earns them player of the match. Very close. Very, very close. Part of me still wants to give it to Darkness just for dropping 2 40 bombs in this series, despite being on the losing end of this series. It's not very often you see a DPS drop 2 40 bombs in a series. That's pretty sick. I mean, Darkness was, whew. But, I mean, that's just all the more reason to be proud of Mirage here for shutting that down in map 5. And I think which circles back to Xeno. GG's all around.